welcome back to LA.
Thank you very much. It's good to be home.
And your name again?
My name is Chad Hanks. I'm the bass player for American Head Charge.
Tell us how the band got together.
The band got together by me being netted, tranquilized, and shipped to a treatment facility in Minneapolis in 1996. And my roommate was Cameron, our singer. And we became friends, and eventually, we both got out of treatment and started making music together about a year later. Yeah.
What was the common ground?
The common ground was that for me to actually graduate from this kind of long-term treatment program was to write a song sober. And I can't sing to save my fucking life. So I asked Cameron if he could sing, and he said, I sing in the shower. And I was like, well, you want to give it a shot? So I kind of wrote up some lyrics and gave it to him, and we actually performed it, for all the people at the facility, and it kind of just blossomed from there, actually.
Now, obviously, we understand Rick Rubin, had a hand in the band. You guys signed to American Recordings. He produced the first album. Tell us how that all came about.
We were doing shows around Minneapolis, kind of regionally, Wisconsin, South or North Dakota, that kind of stuff. And we ended up doing a show in Iowa with System of a Down. And I remember that the bass player Shavo was standing on stage left, on my side of the stage, and he was there pretty much the whole time. And I think it was maybe about 8 months later, we were contacted by American. And after that, actually, after talking to Shavo, he ended up telling me the story that he was out to lunch with Rick one day, and he asked him if there was any bands that he should know about, Yeah. And Shavo goes, I couldn't think of anybody, so I didn't say anything. I was like, nah, not really. And about 5 minutes later, he goes, oh yeah, there was this band, American Head Charge. So it was a passing thought. I mean, it could have gone one way or another, So that little sliver of memory that he brought back kind of basically started our career.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hats off to Shavo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing shit. And what was the thing you learned the most, from Rick? Because obviously he's produced so many classic records and stuff. What was your learning experience?
Songwriting, making a song sound, making a song be the best song it can be, basically. There's a reason he does so many different kinds of music and works with so many different artists. He's got a great ear, and he knows how to make a song the best song it could be. And I picked up a lot of invaluable information from just working with that guy for, the short time period we did. And it still translates into songwriting today and arrangement and how to make things, sound the best they can sound.
Valuable lessons. And anybody can go from Black Sabbath to Johnny Cash to System of a Down, man. That's a guy you want on your team.
Tom Petty to
Linkin
Public
Park,
Enemy.
Yeah, you name it. That's amazing stuff. So now I know you guys went through a period where the band broke up. What led to the breakup, and why did you guys get back together? What was the driving force?
Basically, we released a CD, DVD in 2007, I think it was. We had lost our guitar player, a really good friend of ours, a couple years before that. Things were starting to become more in shambles, We got done with the tour for that CD, DVD, and we kind of just parted ways. We had a couple guys in LA, we had a couple guys in Minneapolis, we had a couple guys in various other states, and we basically, Justin Fowler, the keyboard player, and myself ended up demoing almost 25 songs at one point, and it was really hard to get a hold of Cameron. He was in Laguna Beach here in California. And
you just checked out.
It was just, it kind of dissolved, just to be honest. And
everybody needed a break.
Yeah, it basically came down to about almost 2 years later. I get an email out of nowhere. No pleasantries. No explanations, just an email with a demo that me and Justin had done with his vocals on it. And he said, you know, I think the chorus should be twice as long, and I like the verse. And I didn't listen to it for like 3 days. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And then he sent me 2 demos the next day, and he sent me another one the day after that. And I was like, all right, he's apparently, you know, wants to work again. So
Wheels are turning.
yeah. So I listened to the stuff, and I was just fucking blown away.
Yeah.
And that's some of the stuff that ended up on the new records coming out. You know, so.
You kind of realized you missed it a little bit. It's something you guys do well and wanted to get the energy back.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we were broken up for 2 years before I knew it. You know, so that's that's one thing. But it, you know, it took a couple of years to get back in the fold, and I think we were disbanded for maybe 3.5 years. So, and then once I got those emails from Cameron, you know, the cogs started turning again, and it started to happen.
Sure. Now you guys had the pleasure of playing Download last year. What's that experience like out there at a big European festival like that?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. I fucking hate festivals. I'm getting to that age where I just like I don't even like camping.
You want to get out and play.
I don't like urban camping. You know, I just want to like play and leave. And we ended up being there for, 3 days. I got to see Aerosmith, was cool, and I got to see Dillinger Escape Plan finally, which was really cool.
In fact, I just saw the movie. They made a movie of Aerosmith at the show.
Oh, that's right.
I just saw it in the theaters last week. It's fucking killer. Yeah.
But I mean, it was fun. You know, as fun as it could be, for somebody that hates camping.
Yeah, but just too much hoopla around the 30 minutes on stage.
I would just like to get to a show, play it, and leave. I'm kind of at that point in my life at this moment.
I know there was a lot of bands there. Was there anyone you were excited to meet that you had never met before or you ran into?
To be honest, I didn't meet anybody, and I actually wanted to. If anybody, I wanted to meet Joe Perry and just shake his hand and say thank you and then walk away. That was about it. Just getting to see them actually was cool because I haven't seen them since Permanent Vacation Tour, when I was a kid. And Dillinger Escape Plan was awesome, of course, But besides that, I spent a lot of time in the bus.
Okay. Okay, cool. So obviously, a club show is great where you come, the crowd's right in your face, you're just feeding off the energy. What's this tour like so far from last night on?
It went off without a hitch last night, which for us is amazing.
Sure.
I'm always waiting for something to go down or break or, something, some kind of catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, hopefully everything will keep, being above board and working smoothly. The crowd last night was insane.
Yeah.
It was a packed house. It's going to be a packed house tonight here at the House of Blues. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to this, a constant stream of this, I guess.
Sure. What are you most excited about achieving on this new album? What are you most proud of?
Kind of branching out into, different territories. I don't listen to music very much. I listen to talk radio in my car. I don't listen to music at my house. I teach guitar and bass to kids, so I get my fill of music here and there. But I think I think that's done us kind of a service, as far as being one of the guys that writes music in this band. That I just don't listen to what's coming out right now. I'm still stuck in like 1992. I still listen to like Tom Waits and Ministry and PJ Harvey and Oingo Boingo and stuff like that. And you'd be hard pressed to find those influences in our music. But if I sat down with somebody and was like, "That's where I got that from," you'd be like, "Oh, okay." I'm not trying to rip off Tool or whatever. So I don't know. I think there's some different areas we finally got to on this new record, which is. If people like it, cool. If not, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but the music you grew up with, it's timeless. That music you love, like you say, there's no expiration date on it.
No, the stuff that I listen to for the most part still holds water today. It's still, it stands the test of time. Of course, there's some anomalies in there. There's some of that. Because I grew up, right over here, going to the Sunset Strip when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. And so there was bands like Damals and, Tough and, Warrant and stuff like that, and you go back and listen to some of that stuff and it doesn't hold well, what I mean? So everyone's got their 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 versions of that kind of history, but for the most part, I think the stuff that I locked onto as a kid was, like you said, timeless stuff.
Yeah. But somehow Motley Crue kept it together. They're doing the big farewell tour in and at the Staples Center. The shit holds up.
Yeah, no, I remember going to the warehouse every other weekend to find out when the new Motley Crue record was coming out. Because I had Livewire, or Too Fast for Love, excuse me.
Yeah.
And
Shot the Devil coming out.
yeah, it was just and I didn't understand record release dates and tour schedules and that kind of stuff. So I just finally the guy would just put his head in his hands when I walked in, just like, oh Jesus, there's that kid again. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, for the most part, it holds up. Aerosmith, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, that kind of stuff. It's timeless.
Timeless shit.
Yeah.
So what advice do you give to the young bands, all you see in the industry, what do they need to focus on to have a shot at really finding their own niche?
God, that's a really hard question to answer.
I mean, be unique, be yourself, take chances, don't sound like anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a different game, and the game changes so rapidly, When we got signed, in 2000, I think we kind of rode that last wave of major labels giving metal bands a shitload of money. It's like I saw the bill when we let ourselves go from American, and it was horrendous. Russian tank rental. It was like no one said you could Photoshop that. I'd say the biggest best piece of advice I could give to guys in bands right now would be to get some job security. I am lucky enough to have a job teaching.
Realistic.
That when I get off tour, I go right back to my kids, I go back to my students. They know I'm going to go on tour. I go on tour, I come back, I have my job. I teach, which I love doing on top of that. But trying to live that kind of like couch life, when you're getting older and older, it gets tiring, I think,
Yeah.
So, you keep your day job, kind of thing.
There you go. Well, we appreciate the words, man. Best of luck on the tour. Can't wait to hear the new album.
Thank you. No worries. Thank you very much.
Yeah.